This is my 1998 Jeep Grand Cherokee. We got this from some folks that this was their extra vehicle basically. They didn't use it anymore, battery's dead. It just sat. I didn't want it, so they said, you can have it. So we went and picked it up. We took the front bumper off. Got some parts off a John Deere planter for some toe points. Threw a hitch pin in there. An old road sign because the radiator sticks out just a little bit right there. So we got an old road sign. We took the wheels and tires off the Comanche. So now it has the wheels and tires off of this. It looks stupid. We've got the carpet out of it now. The carpet got wet. We put, made a skid plate for the gas tank out of another road sign. That hitch receiver is permanently part of the hitch. To rust it in there, it won't come out. It has open differentials front and rear. With the Rusted Rooster shop scribbled on it there. It has the 249 transfer case, which is basically like all-wheel drive transfer case basically. So it's always rear-wheel drive. And you start spinning and it kicks in the front. But the transfer case has a problem. So it's actually just locked in four-wheel drive all the time. So that's not really a problem when all you want it for is a trail rig. Last weekend we took it over to Badlands Off-Road Park and it kept up with our 22 Rubicon with no problem. The thing ran like a top all day, had zero issues. The steering, I guess, my son said that I think the steering pump's bad. It steers pretty hard. But it did amazing. Like it went anywhere that we wanted to go with it. It had no problem. It never got stuck. We never had to pull it out of anything. It just did what it needed to do all day long. So I think we're going to try to kind of build this up a little bit. I'm not going to do a whole lot to it. A little bit of a lift, different tires, maybe weld the rear end, maybe not. And maybe some sliders, rock sliders, so we don't destroy the body. And kind of maybe take this wheeling more than the Rubicon, because the Rubicon's really nice. And it's fun to take off-roading, but it takes forever to get it cleaned back up. So I'm going to make some homemade lift pucks for the suspension. These have coil spring suspension front and rear. Not a lot of people build these for off-road. I think because of the coil spring rear suspension, and plus there was a lot more XJs and everybody built the XJs. This is considered a ZJ. But considering the entry price of this one was nothing, we can spend a little bit of money on it and have a good time with it. So I'm gonna make up some pucks to maybe about 2 inches, give about 2 inches of lift, and go from there. We're working on the 98 Grand Cherokee, making lift pucks for it, 2-inch lift. I'm gonna buy some, but I got metal laying around and tools to do it, so we're gonna make these right here. Just using whatever I got. I got some round tube, I got some, actually that's pipe, and then I got some 1/2-inch plate steel. And so this is 1/2 inch, this is 1.5 inches, so it gives me 2 inches of lift for free. And that'll be about all we need on this old girl. Show you how I do it. Gonna have this. This is where you guys are gonna sit. So let's start off with 1/2 inch plate. And I just determined that I needed a 4.5 inch piece. pieces have holes drilled in them for whatever they were for. And then we want to find the center 4.5, which is 2 1/4. So we do 2 1/4. Line there, 2 1/4. So I'm going to go ahead and drill a hole right in the middle. I got to have a hole for the spring guide post, whatever you want to call it, to go through there. So before I cut this, I'll go ahead and drill that, and then I can cut it. Got just a little ahead of myself. I forgot about the 2 1/8 inch actual hole that I need to cut, so I can just kind of eyeball it around the hole that I drilled. Perfect egg. Excellent. I'm wearing tennis shoes like an idiot. I'm having to stand way back away from what I'm doing. That stuff goes right through those tennis shoes. That hurts. wincher. Let's get the slag off of it. Clean up the inside a little bit. Okay, that fits over the spring post. And then need to cut a piece of 1.5 inches. So that's, let's see, it's like 2 3/8 on the outside, but the inside diameter is 2 inches. Roughly. It might be 2 and it's like 2 1/16. Maybe it's 2 1/8 because it's got, oh, it's a weird sized pipe it looks like. Found that laying on the road. Found the whole stick laying on the highway. So got done mounting the worn 8274 winch, the old school big boy winch. It's a buddy of mine. He brought it over here a while ago for a different project, and I never put it on that one. So I decided to put it on this one. Big piece of angle iron mounted to the plates that we had put on it before for toe points. Those are John Deere planter parts. He's here. That's off a John Deere planter. It's just a big piece of angle. I think it's 2 by 3 1/4 inch. And then I bolted it. I didn't go to the frame on it right now. I just went through the factory, which this is, sheet metal basically. But I put in tabs behind it to spread out the weight. This thing doesn't weigh a lot. I'm not going to be jerking on it, so we'll just kind of see how it works. If I have to redo it, I'll redo it. It's fine. And then we didn't have a controller for that winch. So when it was in my buddy's Jeep years ago, so we wired it to a toggle switch and like a 3-way switch, which is what we did. Or it's what I did again right here. So it's just out, in, and then nothing. So this right here is the fuse that powers the switch. That way you get in here and you're not paying attention, you bump that because it's got 12 volt to it all the time, and your winch is out there running and you don't know it or whatever. So I may mount this, or I may add another, like an on-off switch to turn the power on and off to the, or my son said he may pick up a momentary switch. so it's not gonna lock on. It's what I had, so I like to just use what I've got, and it works great. We got the lift pucks finished. I don't remember if I filmed those or not. Again, just using what I had. No sense in making them all pretty. They're just gonna be all covered with mud anyway, so this ends up being about 2 inches of lift. Took the front sway bar out, and then the rear I ended up using, these are about maybe 1/2 or 3/4 inch leveling spacers for a Jeep JL. I cut the center of it out. I don't know if I can show you that or not. Maybe. Yeah, so the center of these are pretty small on those pucks, so I just opened them up so that they would fit on the Cherokee spring post. And then right now I have the rear sway bar disconnected, but I'll probably reconnect it because it's pretty wishy-washy. And then there's the skid plate. I think I've maybe already shown that. The permanent hitch, because it's rusted in there and never come back out. So yeah, try to get some video of this when we go off-roading with it. Of course, see, I took some of the carpet out. It was wet anyway, so yanked all the carpet out of it. This thing was pretty nice shape interior-wise. Not a lot of floors are still in it, which is kind of amazing for around here. So yeah, it's gonna be fun. Then we got the old Jetta TDI, broken motor mount. It's lowered, and this is my son's motor mount. It either broke or come loose. I don't know, but regardless, the oil pan hit the road and broke the oil pan, so he's replacing that or repairing it, I think. So we'll get that back together. Yeah. Yeah, that motor's actually pretty clean inside. So this has been kind of a fun car for him. It's got a hood stack. Full 5-speed manual. Gets like 40 some miles a gallon, so that's nice. So that's about all we got going on here. It's getting close to Christmas. May not do a lot of videos for a little while, just got a lot of other stuff going on, but just tune back in, see what else we're going to work on next. Thanks.